Hi, my name is Cary Terzieff. I'm in a band called Trampolines, and I tour 6 months out of the year. The other half of the year I do mission work full-time.
You got me swimming upstream. Everybody's looking at me. People always telling me to go with the flow.
6 years ago, I was a drug addict and an alcoholic. And when I say addict, I mean I never wanted to quit. I thought it was the only thing that I would ever love. And that was really scary for me because one night I heard this voice talk to me and say, "You're going to die if you keep doing this." So I asked this voice, "What do I do?" And this voice told me to pray. At the time I was not a Christian, so I thought, man, I'm just crazy, I'm losing my mind. But this voice kept coming back and saying, "Pray, pray, pray." And I became so afraid of dying that I did get down on my knees and I prayed and I said, "God, I don't even think you're there. But if you're there, I need you to make me want to quit doing drugs. So if you can make me want to quit, then I will follow you." As soon as I finished that prayer, that voice came back and said, "Call your mom." And so as crazy as I felt, I called her and she asked me to come home. So 1 week later, I was driving home and I'm only 1 hour into the drive and I'm having withdrawals. I'm coming down and I'm panicking because I don't want to quit. And I stop at this petrol station. I'm using the toilet, and right before I leave, literally at the last minute, a stranger, a woman, she turned to me and she said, "Hey, can I pray for you?" And I just started crying immediately. She sat there praying for me for 3 hours at this petrol station, sitting on the dirty floor next to me, and she was holding me and comforting me while I cried. She told me about God and Jesus. She told me how much God loves me, and I kept asking her, "Why are you doing this? Why are you taking so much time on me? I'm a drug addict." And she kept saying, "I love you, and God told me to pray for you." So later that night, I thought about the whole interaction, and I realized that I was wrong about a lot of things. The reason I wasn't a Christian is because I thought the Christians were mean. I thought that they were judgmental. I thought that God was mean, and I thought that God didn't like me. But if this woman would sit there and pray for me for 3 hours and hold me and comfort me and take care of me, a total stranger, if she would do that for me, and if she says that God loves me, then I must have been totally wrong. God must be amazing. So I became a Christian that night. I said, okay, I'll tell people I'm a Christian and that I believe in God, but I won't go to church and I won't read the Bible. I managed to stay off of drugs for 1 month and I kept drinking, but I felt like it was okay that I was just not doing drugs anymore. Unfortunately, I had a relapse a month later. And I remember the morning after I relapsed feeling so hopeless. How could I have done that again? And so I became so hopeless, I decided I wanted to kill myself. And so I got up onto the roof of a really tall building, and I was sitting on the edge looking at the ground below and thinking of reasons that I should not jump. And I kept thinking about this woman telling me that God loves me. And she kept telling me, God has a life for you, but you have to choose it. And I thought about, man, did I really choose the life that God had for me? Like, did I choose to love him? Or did I just act like he was a genie and hope that he would make my problems go away and keep doing my own thing? And I realized that I didn't take it seriously. I'm gonna commit to this one more time. God, please help me one more time, help me get out of this. So I decided not to jump. By the time I came to that decision, the police were there with me and they were asking me to come off. As I was in the hospital, the nurse that was taking care of me realized I was having withdrawals from alcohol, and she put me into a detox program. And something that I never thought would happen happened to me. I woke up and I thought, wow, I feel really good right now, and I don't want to do drugs anymore. I thought I would always miss it. I thought that I would never like my life again if I got sober. But here I was feeling joy and wanting to continue being sober. Like God made me want it like I asked him to. I never did drugs again after that moment. I've been clean for over 6 years now. I met my husband 3 weeks later and we got married and started touring the world. Now I feel like I get to spend the rest of my life serving and celebrating and just living way better than I ever thought I would. Thank you so much for listening.